Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the rocks. Total entertainment. Coming to you live from Las Vegas tonight. Generation Landslide. This is an amazing Las Vegas band who just got signed to RFK Media. So tonight we're going to talk to them and get the scoop. So let's let them in. All right, I got Derek and Anthony.
Well,
There we go.
hey, what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
Derek, how are
good
you?
jump off here. Hi, buddy. Oh, sorry, I was on a call.
It's okay. It's only a show.
Right, right.
It's only a rock show.
So yeah, I've sent the other couple of guys the link too, so we could all kind of get in that. Let
Right?
me holler at them here real quick.
Yeah, Anthony's just there he is. Hi, Anthony.
Well,
I
hello.
can't
How are you?
Good, good. Okay, so we got you two in. Who else is coming on?
We're gonna have David Lowry and
Okay.
guitar player, and I'm gonna get a hold of Tim,
Okay. All right.
the singer.
So while the opener, I was telling my viewers that we're gonna talk about this signing with RFK Media and Ron Keel. He's a good friend of mine, and so excited for you, Anthony. I know back in 22 we had a little interview about Generation Landslide, and
Right.
I mean, forward to 26 here. I am so proud of you, man, because this band is killer.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, things are a lot different now than they were back in 22. So, you know, but I just have to say, so on my thing, I know this is stupid, but on my thing, it said Operation Landslide. You forgot the N.
Oh, did I? Oops. Sorry.
That's all good.
Sometimes, when I get these last minute, because I snuck you guys in,
Sure.
last minute interview, I've been trying to juggle because I am booked all the way solid until March.
That's awesome.
And, over the holidays, I got the flu and laryngitis. So I've been trying to juggle a bunch of stuff. So I apologize for that.
Oh, it's all good. Fine. I'm
But
tell you,
yeah,
I'm happy for you. Back then, what was it, 2022?
yeah,
You and I had first got introduced together. It might have been even a year before that.
yes.
So yeah, now look at you. I mean, this is wow, it's great.
I mean, I'm so happy with the show. Everybody is really responsive. Bands are really wanting to come on, and I'm here for you guys.
Sure.
I'm doing this to keep rock alive, my
Right. I
friend.
definitely
Uh,
appreciate that.
yeah, we
Yeah,
can't.
we appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Derek, we can't let this happen.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, and
yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught the end year show, but there was like five of us on a panel. We were talking about guitar players. That was the theme for the show. But we got to talk. I talked about Nashville and
Sure.
how an impact right now that Nashville is making in the music industry in general, and it's hitting Vegas hard
Yeah.
because Anthony, as well as this area is really taking a hit with local music, original
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, just being back in Vegas again for the last 6 years, I thought there was a lot of promise and a lot of hope. You and I had talked about that so many years back. And
Yeah,
we are one place after another is disappearing. And where's the original bands? Where's the original music? I mean,
exactly.
there's probably only maybe a few of us. I know, us and our worst, they're friends of
Yes.
ours. They're out there
Yeah.
playing, promoting original music. That's what it's all about,
Yeah. Jake and Bree, let me tell you, they're a powerhouse. That
Absolutely.
band is got to make it to Nashville because they're really going to put an impact on that town. Because I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of rockers are. Hey, David, how are you? He can't see me yet. Hi, how are you? I can't hear him, but
All right, now can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now, David. Welcome
Okay,
to the show.
thank you. They said Pacific time. What time is it there now?
Pacific time would be like a quarter. Well, it's court like 6:05.
All right,
It's okay. You're a rock star. It's okay, man.
all
It's
right. It's
okay.
a all right.
So I'll let you get in the conversation, David. We were talking about how Nashville has made an impact on the music scene in general, and it's actually affected Vegas bands really hard because I mean, there's not that much original music out here now. It's really hard to find.
Right, right. Well, and I wish I had an answer to this. I don't know why original music has taken such a hit. I understand that people like the nostalgia of hearing their favorite songs, and whatever. But why? I don't know. And I don't know that it's necessarily original music as maybe the style of original music. It's going to be a little harder for rock and roll right now as it's not the mainstream, stuff that everybody listens to because there's plenty of original artists out there on Spotify that are doing really well for themselves. But I think part of it is just the demand isn't there, at least in the rock scene, and I think part of it is just a little bit of laziness on musicians' parts for not being real creative with how they get their music out there to the people. And
Yeah,
part of that is just being overwhelmed. There's so many things that you have to do these days, right?
yeah. I
So,
mean, being an original music band, you guys are killer though. I got to tell you, I've been listening to your music all day. I mean, being signed with RFK Media, man, you guys got a gold mine now going.
well, that's all
Um,
Derek. I had nothing to
yeah,
do with that.
total package. But anyway, when I was in Nashville, you know, they everybody knew I was from Vegas for the podcasters convention. They're all coming up to me. Oh, you're Nash Vegas. I'm like, okay, that was like that's the new term
Yeah.
for rock and roll, apparently. And yeah, I mean it's kind of a cool thing, but I mean I wouldn't consider Nashville Vegas, but again, you're tapping into a whole new market now with rock and roll.
Yeah, it's Nashville. We got the Nash Vegas thing because of our strip on Broadway, which is, we've been using that term for 20 plus years, I guess, out here. Um, it's way more Vegasy now than it ever has been. It's so packed out there on a Friday, Saturday night with all the convention people here in town, the bridal parties and whatever. Um, that being said, those people are out to experience a good time. They go hitting all the honky tonks, right? And most of these honky tonks these days are playing rock and roll. They're not playing country. There's only
Right.
one or two on the strip left that are playing any kind of traditional country. Now it's all Journey and up through today's music. So, um, but they're not there to see any particular artist. They're not there to become your fan. They're just there to get drunk and have a good time. They're going to see 15 different bands that night because they're going to go from bar to bar to bar to bar.
Right.
And it's really hard to make a name for yourself out on that strip and hope to pick up any fan base or get any real exposure because nobody cares. And nobody from Nashville, nobody in the music business ever goes out on Broadway,
No.
right?
Well, the truth is, down on Broadway, the crowd turns over every 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you've
that's
got
what
to
I'm
do.
saying.
You could play one set all night and have a different crowd. All I mean, they
Right.
don't, but you could. I
It's
mean, it's crazy.
right. It's fine now. It didn't used to be this way, but it's fine now. If you want to make a living playing on Broadway, you can do it. You couldn't do it 5 years ago. But now, because the crowds are so huge, people are making enough money off of tips to actually be able to survive. But you're pulling, 4 8 hour or two shifts of 4 hours, so it's 8 hours a day playing, paying for your parking and everything else on top of it. And it's not a great living, but you can survive.
Right.
But you're just wearing yourself out. So it's not what I would choose to do as a musician. Um, and you're expected to play covers, so as an original band, you're not going to get a whole lot of your originals in there. But it's not a bad place necessarily to test your original music and see if it rings any bells for anybody, for sure.
Right. But the main reason why we're here tonight, I know we were kind of talking and waiting for you, but
Hmm.
we're here to talk about Generation Landslide. And how did you guys hook up with Ron Keel?
Um, I I've known Ron Keel for a long time, and they were after us for a few years now. Every time Cold Sweat would play, we would do the festivals, or we would do the boat and Monsters of Rock stuff and everything like that. And Aaron would be around. Aaron Fisher would be around, and he'd say, "Hey, so what's going on with the original band?" And I said, "Well, blah 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 blah." And he's like, one of these days, one of these days." I said, "Yeah, absolutely." I said, "The first record was under a contract with Vanity Music Group, which is, I don't know if you know who Dave Tedder is."
Yes. I know
Oh,
Mr. Dave Tedder.
yeah.
Very
So,
good friend of mine.
yep. So he was a good friend of mine as well. And we decided, okay, let's do this thing. So we did it and we tried it. And so many years later, it just, there were some mistakes made and stuff like that. So when I went into this one, I wanted to make sure that not only did I write better material, but I wanted to make sure I found the right people that actually cared about it and were family. And since Mark Ferrari's in Cold Sweat, Mark Ferrari comes from Keel,
Right.
we all go back, this whole big little group that we have. And so when the time came up to do something, I asked them, they asked me, and I said, absolutely. Let's do this thing. And so we did. And I couldn't be happier, actually, because I just found out that the release date was told to me is in April
Oh,
for
great.
the record. So
That's amazing.
yeah, so that's going to be the beginning of hopefully a lot of new good stuff.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Ron Keel, you were there actually at Rockstar Bar. That's how I think I met you originally, was at Rockstar Bar.
That is correct.
And Ron Keel was there. He was doing a show. And yeah, Ron Keel and I kind of, became, you know, uh, media, people,
Sure.
we were connecting and stuff. And yeah, and that's, when I interviewed you in 22, uh, you were it was like like, it was almost like right after pandemic. I mean, you guys were still
Right.
like,
It was all new. It was all, I wasn't sure where to go, what to do, how to go, where to go, why to go. I mean, all these, and then just little by little, different things started to get a little clearer and more in focus.
right.
I don't know if you were at Vamped when Ron Keel played there too. That was
Actually, yeah, that show I did not. I was actually covering another show that night. But
yeah,
yeah, he was actually there. He, at the time, Crashing Wayward, was
correct.
actually on Ron Keel's label at that time. And he
Right.
actually came to a Crashing show, and I was, I was talking to him and stuff then. He
Right.
hung out for the whole show, so that was a huge deal for them.
Yeah.
They have departed ways since then, but
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's always a work in progress.
Yeah.
Um,
He got us all up there at the very end for the Right to Rock.
right.
Is his name? His name's Peter, right? Is it Peter, the singer for
Peter
Crash?
Summit, yeah.
Yeah. So me, him, a couple of local people, and I'm trying to think of who else. And we all got up there. He brought us all up there for the Right to Rock to do, whatever it is that he,
Yeah.
he does that stuff. So but he's been wonderful. He's such a great guy. He's so far treated us great. We did a show with him in September in Phoenix.
Okay.
There was an opening band, and then Generation Landslide played their set. And when we were done, he just came up. He would do an acoustic thing, and then he calls us up, and we played like the last 5 or 6 songs with him, keel songs, where we learned,
Nice.
you know, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Now,
So
Anthony, is this the original lineup?
it is, except for the drummer.
Okay.
So the drummer that I had was the original guy from 30 years ago, believe it or not. He was with us for the first 3 years. We did the record. We did 3 videos, played shows, and then he just decided that he wanted to do something else. So I ended up getting a female.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is Lisa Carver.
Nice.
And believe it or not, every show we've done, people are like, man, that drummer rocks up there. I'm like, yeah.
And
okay.
you got David here. He's amazing.
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, that's cool. Right on.
Way too kind.
Yeah.
And you got Derek, man, over there. I'm going to be talking to you later, David, right?
Yeah.
Now, Derek, am I going to talk to you as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the plethora of bands tonight. But yeah, so okay, so are all these original songs, and who contributed to the writing? Anthony?
I wrote everything.
Okay.
These are all my songs that some of them I've had from the first record, and then some of them I wrote myself after that.
Okay.
But the record's done, everything's finished. We're just going over the last bit of the artwork. They've picked the single already, blah, 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 blah. And you know how that goes. Everything just goes through motion in its time. So now I sit and just kind of wait to do what's next, So yeah.
So do you guys plan on taking this on the road then?
I would love to. It's just, I'm sure the other 2 guys can attest just the same, that it's different nowadays. When I did it back in 1990 with Cold Sweat, we were out on the Love Hate tour. We were on the Sabotage tour. We were on the Dio tour.
Right.
We were gone for, I don't know, 9, 10 months or whatever, just plugging the, shit out of the record. Tour bus, the whole bit, tour support, everything's different nowadays. And it's very, very hard to get 4 people or 5 people to, commit, and go out, long
Right.
to do it. So a lot of people just do like the fly-ins, the weekends and the, maybe Thursday through Sundays or, but having said that, and everybody can attest to this, all it takes, even though it's the longest shot in the world, it just takes one song. That's it.
Right.
One song that people become familiar with, that is played, and it just, whatever, it changes everything.
Yep.
Until then, you got to just kind of keep surviving and doing what you can. And,
right.
So me, I keep myself busy, not only with a day job, but I play in cover bands. I'm in a White Snake tribute band, which, I don't know why I'm in that, but I play drums. It's a good friend of mine from Los Angeles, but these are things to just keep playing, keep making money. And,
I mean, hey, you guys have to make a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like my theme for 2026 is keeping rock alive. And, interviewing as many original music bands as possible.
Yeah, I wish there were a lot more. And I wish Las Vegas had a lot more, because, me growing up here, it was a totally different story.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, I'm in the most popular band in town, with Mark Slaughter, and, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody grows up. But, Vegas was very, very hot for like years.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel that when I came back here from 2020 on, after pandemic was over, I could see it little by little. It's starting to, what's happening here? Come on, we got to keep this thing alive. And it's just,
Yeah.
venues are closing. Everybody, like these two guys are, I'm sorry I don't call them by their names because I'm not fully sure what their names are, but they're right. The whole concept is covers and tributes. Everybody
Yes.
is so lazy nowadays. These guys are right. They're pulling 2 shifts of 4 hours a night, and they're playing all these covers and these tributes because people now are so lazy that they don't want to give original music an opportunity or a chance. It's easy
Right.
to hear Pour Some Sugar on Me for the umpteenth time. you know, it just,
Right. Yeah. I
and
mean,
that's the sad part. But being a musician, you got to make a living. You got,
right.
you know,
Derek, what are your feelings on this?
Well, I mean, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with Anthony and David both. I mean, I love original music. I mean, that's where it's at for me, you know. And but with that being said, I also play in a White Snake tribute band, as a matter of fact. Uh, and I'm joined up with a cover band. I mean, you got to get out and do something, you know.
Right. Right.
I work a day job, and but at the end of the day, Tattered Sons, we're getting ready to. We got some stuff. We're getting ready to go in the studio. Hope that's the phone call I was on whenever
Oh,
this got
yeah.
started. It
But
was
don't
with
tell me too much more about Tattered Sons because we're going to talk about that in the next hour.
right.
So,
Right. I'm just saying that I
yeah.
totally agree. We're going to go in the studio and do some original stuff,
Yeah.
but we all got to make a living, so we're all out here, banging it out, and
Grinded it.
doing cover music, But I agree with David and Anthony both. I mean, they're spot on. I mean, it's I wish it wasn't like it is,
right.
but I mean,
Yeah.
here we are, and you got to deal with what you've got.
Right. And David is a harder working musician too as well. He knows like what it takes to stay in this business, and all you guys are doing what you can. you
Well,
know
I've had the benefit of working on the business side of it for so long with a bunch of
right.
big names
Yeah.
and managing a bunch of big names. So that's part of it. I just think that when it comes to original music, um, people have kind of checked out on bringing the experience, and they just show up at a club, they play their set, they don't really give a
Right.
shit about putting on a show, and
Right.
then they're wondering why they can't get people out to buy tickets, and why nobody hangs out, and why they hang out for 20 minutes and they leave and they go to another show. um they think that just making a post on social media is marketing, and they only have to do it a couple times, and it's everybody else's fault that people aren't buying tickets. I even saw a guy the other day make a comment about how he's not in the business of selling tickets. I said, dude, every musician's in the business of selling
Right.
tickets.
Yeah.
I don't know where unless you want to just be a songwriter, you're in the business of selling tickets.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's just a lack of work ethic, I think. And I don't mean this like, because I'm very blunt. I'm very, straightforward with how I say things. So I want people to understand that I know that it's overwhelming. I know when you look at the things of what you have to do and get done every day, and then all the stuff that you still don't know that you have to do, right? And you might hopefully be out there checking to find out what that is, but you got to stay on top of it. You got to do it every day. You got to be constantly pushing yourself to get everything done, to get your music out to as many people as possible. And then on top of that, you're putting together a live show that people want to see over and over and over again and won't stop talking about.
yeah, you
And
have to be consistent in this
right,
business if you want to get anywhere.
right. It's a full-time job, right? And
Even for
so,
me, promoting these bands and, scheduling and, working stuff in. Like I worked you guys in tonight. I'm booked solid. But again, I made it happen.
right.
I mean, I do this 24/7. It doesn't
Right.
stop. From the
And
moment I get up, I've got DMs from bands that want to come on.
Right.
well, see,
You
I think,
know?
Carol, I think that's the difference between the three of us and you is the work ethic, the excitement. You still have old school excitement, work ethic. There's a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, that don't care. That, whether it's the musician side or the fan side, there's a lot of people that just live and exist and get another drink and meet another girlfriend here and a dude there, and nobody is excited about going to, I don't know, Winterland in the old days to see, Styx with this band and that band. And you go, well, who's Styx? Well, I've never heard of them before, but you're excited to at least open your mind to stuff. These people nowadays, they come to places to see bands and musicians, and the first thing they do is, really, why don't they play a song we know? I mean, it's the negativeness. It's not doing anybody any good.
No.
Then the bands have to try, like David said, he's right. Then the bands have to try twice as hard. Then you got to try to find some singer guy who stuffs his pants, or you're coming up with stupidity when all you do is be a good band and have your music heard.
And
Right.
and you're fighting the cell phones on top of it.
And you're fighting yourself all the time. So
Right.
then what happens, I feel, is that it's always, and I know this is going to be bad to say, but I always feel that it's the musician that ends up giving up before the fan, because they get so upset and so frustrated, because that's what an artist is. We all take pride, whatever instrument we play, whatever song we write, whatever band, whatever we do, we take pride in it. But the casual listener, the casual girl, the casual guy that don't care, they just walk away like it's nothing.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate because, we're old school.
Right.
Okay? You've
Well,
got to
well,
stay.
we had to go. Sorry, I was going to say we had to go hang posters every week,
Right.
right? But in the old day,
But
I was there too. I was out in Los Angeles.
right.
And I was putting flyers on poles at the same time. Poison,
mm-hmm.
Wasp, all of these bands in the mid 80s or so. There I was with a band I was in and a thing I was doing right before Cold Sweat. Mark Ferrari came out of Keel, and
Right.
but I was doing the same thing, but there was a scene.
Right.
And you passed out 5,000 flyers. Your shows could be pretty crowded because out of 5,000,
Right.
the scene, people were going to the Troubadour,
Right.
to the
Now,
whiskey.
I'm going to stop you right there, Anthony. What the point that I was trying to make was the fact that these bands aren't hungry.
No.
Yeah.
Okay? They're not hungry. They're not aggressive. They feel that the fans owe them that.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a no right off the top. Any musician who's a musician of any way, shape, or form, when they act like that, they're not going to get anything ever.
No.
Because nothing is owed to them at all.
Right. And that's the problem in this business right now. Okay? Yeah. People are not, these bands aren't hungry. These musicians just want to roll in.
Right.
They don't care about the fans. They don't want to interact with anybody. Right. They just want to have their Jack Daniels shot. They want to play for like 20-minute set, 40-minute set, and they want to go home.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't stop there. That's the problem. Some of these bands don't believe in social media.
Right.
They think playing a show and telling people to come is enough. No, it's not.
So having to go along with that, here's a little Ron Keel story, real quick.
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, so in September we played the show in Phoenix, and it was his show. We were the special guests, but yet the headliners, blah, 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 blah. The people showed up. He was done. We were done. He looked over at me and said, Ant, let's go. We're going over to the table. We're going to this and the other. I said, absolutely, let's go. Bottom line is you meet all the people. You talk to every person you can talk to. You give away whatever you can give away. I don't care if it's stickers, buttons, and I don't care what it is. You talk with everybody. You take pictures. You do everything and anything under the sun you can, because you are never, ever above them, especially nowadays.
Yes. And that it
And
says
it's
that,
huge on that.
right. And that's a great way to end this. We're probably going to have to do another follow-up interview because we could continue this conversation for the next 2 hours.
Absolutely.
But Anthony, thank you for coming on. Derek, David, I'll probably be seeing you in the next hour or so here. But let's get together in the summer. Keep me posted, Anthony, on what's going on with this band.
I will.
Because I think your band is going to be one of the bands to watch in 26.
I hope so. A lot of people like the material that they've heard. Nobody's supposed to, but some of it's kind of leaked here and there, and they're like, wow, this is good stuff. So I'm hoping just like everybody else. So
right.
But thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and this will air on Saturday night. I'll send you guys the clip.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank
you so much.
Okay.
You guys take care and keep this music alive, guys, because you're the ones that are helping us too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carol. I really, really appreciate it.
Okay. See you soon, Anthony.
Talk to you soon. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
I'll see you soon, David.
All right.
All right. Generation Landslide. I could probably have spent an hour with these guys. But unfortunately, the time is ticking. It was great talking to them. We'll do a follow-up interview with them. Congratulations to them on getting signed with RFK Media, Ron Keel's media company. Great guy, Ron Keel. So definitely like and subscribe to On the Rocks because you never know who I'll be interviewing next.